Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and today I bet I got something truly obscure for at least most English-speaking people. And why this was where I was shopping for groceries today, I don't know, but this is the word salad of letters. Yeah, it's the HG Amplified Imagine Ryujinmaru. And I keep looking at it, I know it's very hard to see. It's a little bit better. I kept mistaking this for a regular Gundam kit, but it absolutely isn't. This is from the Wataru series. There were 3 TV series, I believe, and a variety of OVAs and movies back in the day. But this is the machine from Keith Courage in the Alpha Zone. So for you PC Engine / TurboGrafx 16 people, yeah, this should look awfully familiar. I know I'm hearing the music already in my head, but this is a full-on, true-scale, real-type Ryujinmaru, being the machine that Wataru, the boy in the series, actually was using. So, I'm quite happy to have this, having watched, I believe, most of the second and third. Never saw the original. Built plenty of the old Takara plastic kits from back in the day. Built some of the more recent 90s Bandai ones, and I was never really impressed, but this is pretty darn impressive. I know there had been some resin kits of various Ryujinmaru styles over the years. I also know that there were like Gundam upgrade sets where you could actually swap out the plastic Gundam kit parts for resin components. I want to say there was a die-cast version somewhat recently where, made in China, they took the Barbados frame and did it up in die-cast and basically turned it into the Ryujinmaru, which is on my short list of things maybe to eventually get. But in the meantime, I've got this to keep me occupied. So I haven't really seen this in the US yet. So the fact that I found it at a random Japanese supermarket was all the more exciting and interesting. So you can see here we have the, I'm assuming that's a sword of the scabbard, I don't even know, but lots of nice shiny gold parts. They are not the chrome pieces of the days of old, they are just actually full-on gold frames. It looks to be hopefully all the stickers. I'm not sure where that goes. I think that goes down the middle of the sword. Some gemstones, transparent bits. Another gemstone, lots of white parts, another gemstone, some bluish purple parts, and then all of the big, thick, inner frame, chunky, dark gray / black pieces. I'm not going to bore you looking at individual parts. There's plenty of hobby bloggers if you really want to see that stuff. I do want to take a look at this. This is kind of cool that the instructions are bilingual, both in English and in Japanese. Featured in a TV anime series, Mashin Hero Wataru, Ryujinmaru is a Mashin that was created when the soul of the Gold Dragon, one of the 7 dragon gods of Shinbukai that protect Sokaizan, possessed a clay sculpture made by Wataru Ikusabe. Unlike other Mashins that are controlled by a pilot, Wataru boards Ryujinmaru from the dragon entrance, and the two unite their hearts to fight. I thought he had to take the dragon road or the rainbow road or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while. This looks new. I don't remember him being able to do that with the claws on the shoulders. Now, some of the later versions of the Ryujinmaru were able to transform and fly. I have the power! I wonder if these are like special hands. That's kind of cool, actually. So it is a set of special fingers if you want to have him do the dramatic double grip. I mean, instruction-wise, doesn't look super complex, having built plenty of the recent HG kits of Bandai's. I mean, you know, that's the entire lineup of parts. I'm feeling like it's going to end up like the Gekken Spent and, if I'm saying that right, the Shin Getter Ark, where there's a lot of empty space on the inside. You know, kind of like old school style model kits. Not that that's a bad thing necessarily, but considering the hefty price that this sucker has anywhere online that I can find, I want to say it's like minimum 5,500 yen. Maybe I'm wrong. Somewhere in that price range, but then again, with the way the yen price is dipping these days, maybe you can get it cheaper. Anyways, I'm going to get it built. We'll see how it turns out. We'll grab some Gundams and some other random stuff and see how they all stack up. Sit tight. Alright, we got the Ryujinmaru all put together here. And I gotta say, it was pretty straightforward. Nothing too complex. Quite a bit of undercuts, you know, the little undergate things underneath the chromed up metal parts, but that isn't too surprising. Not a whole lot in the way of stickers, from what I can recall, other than like the sword and stuff. I'm pretty pleased with it. I mean, it's pretty bare bones, I'd say, in terms of, you know, extra fanciness, but the color separation, everything looks really nice. Obviously, if you're going to go back and hit it with those Gundam markers or panel line it all up, I think it's going to pull it off really nicely. I like the pearly, kind of iridescent shininess of the white plastic as it is. Kind of nice. For me, the biggest takeaway is it's just strange seeing it in full proportions. I'm so used to, you know, I've seen a few episodes here and there of the original Wataru anime. Obviously beat Keith Courage in the Alpha Zone repeatedly growing up. So it's nice to see this thing, but it's just kind of weird seeing it in full normal size proportions. I do like this weird joint that you can flip the forearm all the way around. That's kind of nice and different. Obviously, we have a few of the extra hands. I'm not going to bother. Posability doesn't seem to really be limited by anything. I mean, it's just a nice, solid kit. Obviously, I think the nostalgia factor is going to play a big factor role for most people who are going to be hunting for something like this. How easy it's going to be to find, I don't know. It took me forever to finish filming this, and in the span of time that took, it was all over the place, and now I don't see it really anymore. So your mileage may vary just depending on where you are and what kind of fanatic fans you've got in the area. Worst case scenario, as always, you can grab one of these online, I am sure. How does it stack up to other traditional Bandai kits? One of these days, I absolutely have to get myself a good, solid 1/100th Gundam kit for the table that I haven't built yet because I don't have any. Grabbing my typical 1/144th Gundam. So you can see he's a good head or two taller. Maybe in like the real grade range? I don't know. Grabbing a couple other models just to give you guys a good size indicator. Some of the common riders still don't stack up as tall as the Ryujinmaru. I think he's closer in size to Beelzebubmon here. I mean, definitely, the colors are very traditional. It's a little bit different blue than we usually see. It's kind of a softer color. The gold is definitely a nice touch. And just fantasy mecha in general are such a small subgenre of the overarching, you know, super niche subgenre of model kits as it is of mecha in general. So I'll take what I can get. I'm quite happy to have it. I'm grabbing another, you know, similarly priced, similarly sized fantasy model from Ray Earth. It's cool. I think it strikes a nice little silhouette here. The sharp claws on all of its joints and head and everything. I mean, it looks really nice. So if you're in the mood for something different yet, you know, not totally alien looking in comparison to the rest of a mecha collection of kits, I think this is going to be a fun one, especially if you ever grew up playing the game or watching any of the shows or OVAs. So, fun one from Bandai. I don't know why it was a premium kit, but it is what it is. Good luck in your hunting, and hopefully you're going to come across one if that's something that you're in the mood for. So, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.